what I'm here to talk about is what I can take from this discussion and what I can take from you, if I can put it that way, and bring to the rest of the world. You've said on several occasions in several dialogues that you want your tragic experience to be of value to everyone else, and that's something I'd like to help with. So I want to talk about the culture of tradition and messages for elsewhere. So the accident happened almost 4 years ago. The people of Fukushima recognize that the past is damaged. Giving up is easy. That was said yesterday. Parents pass their stress on to their children. And that's something that's hard to avoid, because if you're stressed, your children will always see this. There's little or no trust in central government. There's not enough listening to the affected population. There's not enough ongoing government presence. Bureaucrats change every 2 years. There's not enough dialogue. There's a need to look forward. Everyone is starting to turn towards what the future will hold. The new normality is now normal. So after the accident, there was a new normality. But the idea that it's new is going behind. It's now just becoming normal. You live in a contaminated zone. You're adapting your lifestyle to being in a contaminated zone. Culture that we're talking about here needs to connect with the future. And culture can help to hold hope, as we've seen through all the discussion of festivals and such. And you said never give up. That's really very brave, if I can put it that way. We've talked about food culture as being something that's very important. The becquerels are important, but there's a need to go beyond the becquerel. Discussions are not of that anymore. Mountain vegetables are part of Japanese culture, a central part of your life. And what matters is taste. Are you happy with the food? Does it make you pleased? This understanding of the aspect of taste and quality needs to become part of the equation where you're deciding what to do and how to do it. Local traditions are very important. We saw the hand dancing yesterday. That was very impressive. I thought it was wonderful. It represents the past, the present, and the future, all at the same time. Traditions are a binding force in Japan and elsewhere. There's been a decline in local traditions because of population exodus over the years, even before the accident, but it's starting to revive. Traditional festivals are extremely important, and we've seen that again and again. They're spiritual, they're socially binding, they're historically significant. As I said, they're a continuity of past, present, and future, and they promote artistic achievement in dance, in music, and in costume design, art. So they're a strong benchmark on which you can advance. Visits in Belarus and Norway have shown that moving forward is in fact possible under certain circumstances. And there is a strong desire that many of you have, some of you have, to move forward. What you have was expressed as being less important than appreciating that you have something. We're all in the same position. I personally feel in my life that I'm very rich. I'm not. I don't have a lot of money. I do have a fair amount of money, but I feel extremely rich because what I want, I can usually afford to buy. I don't want a Rolls Royce, but what I want is some nice food, to visit wonderful places like this. I have the opportunity to do this, so I'm very rich. What I have, I appreciate, and I think you do too. And there's a strong desire that your terrible experience should be shared with others to help them to be better prepared. And that's what this is. That's what my role here is about, to take what you've learned and pass it on to other places. Culture and tradition can be driving forces. Cultures and traditions, however, are different. What is American culture? Just as an example, as I said at the beginning, I'm American. One of the Bush presidents of the United States, I think it was the first Bush, was visiting the Chinese premier, and he asked the Chinese premier, "What do you think of American culture?" And the Chinese premier said, "It's too early to tell." So, for the United States, tradition is something that's happened twice over the past 30 years. But we do have some tradition. We have sports. In the United States, this is very important. We can base a lot on teams and different sports. We have gangsters. It's an important part of American history, if I can put it that way. We have music. Everybody has music. This, in fact, is my guitar. I'm very bad. We have barbecues and beer. We have our own type of sacred water. And hamburgers and cheeseburgers and other unhealthy things. And we have something that's somewhat similar to your festivals. We have county fairs, where animals are judged for the best cow, the best sheep, the best goat. Tractors have competition. Children eat horrible candy. There are lots of rides and people have fun, and it's a county fair. It's like a festival. So many people have this sort of thing. What of American culture is common with culture in Fukushima? People have drive. You have established your own system for mountain vegetable classification and measurement. We heard about that yesterday. You care about the land, and you want, for example, you want things that have been abandoned to be reused, to come back, and the farmland continue to be farmland. That's very important. You learn about your circumstance. You learn about your circumstances, and you study with reputable scientists what it means, and judge for yourself whether it's okay to stay, or okay to leave, or okay to come back home, or not. You make sensible judgments. Going home is not black or white. We talked about many people being away, but coming back for the festivals and beginning to learn that maybe it's okay. It doesn't have to be black or white. It's what it is. Everyone's decision is valid. Traditions evolve. Things change. You've seen the Japanese drums are now going to go into jazz. That's a new approach, which I think would be very nice. And we care about family. Everyone cares about family. This is my family. They're very nice people. Most of them. What aspects of culture are important following an accident? What is of the most value is sometimes hard to know before it's lost. Many of us are in those situations, and you don't know until it's gone that you really appreciate it. Each area will have a different key cultural aspect. So an accident here, Sensai, the mountain vegetables, festivals. It's different in other places in the world, in Europe, in Norway, in the United States, it's different. What is the most binding cultural aspect will emerge after an accident? What people need is what they will see. It will be important to be open to seeing that culture is in fact a tool for rebuilding society, and I think that's what we've discussed today. Culture is part of rebuilding where you are and what you want. Thank you very much.
谷間にも実は神社があるんですよね。本当に信じがたいことに気がつかないんですけども、お祭りを時々やるからそこでこんなところにもあるのかって気づくんですよね。で田舎にもどこ行ってもある。じゃあそれは宗教なのかというと、学者の言うように宗教ではないんですよね。だけどもやっぱり我々日本人のやっぱ伝統的なその地域の力を集めている、その見えない力なのかなと。でやっぱり今回私はそういうことの重要さというのをですね改めて気づかされたということ、そのことを今回の ICRP の会議で 気づかされたと、まあ、言うべきなんですね。ですから大変全部聞かれなかったのは、まあ、残念なんですけれども、そういう意味では私は大変素晴らしいダイアログだったんだということを改めて、感じましてですね、ICRP の皆さん、そして参加された皆さんに心から感謝と敬意を申し上げたいと思います。まあ、十分なことはできなかったかもしれませんけれども、まあ、伊達市といたしましてはICRP の皆さんの活動に心から敬意を表しまして、できるだけ今後もまあ、支援というとなんですけどもサポートをさせていただきますし、またそれによって我々もまたいろんなことを学ばさせていただきたいとこのように思っております。ありがとうございました。
Thank you, Mr. Nishida, for this talk, and now I declare the dialogue closed. Thank you very much, and see you next time.